Okay, welcome to the lesson on the C major scale extended position. Before we get started, you want to get your music sheet that says C major scale extended position, and be a good idea to go and tune up your ukulele. Go ahead and do that, pause the tutorial, do that, and then come on back. We'll get started in about a second. Okay, so you tuned up your ukulele, you got your music sheet. Before we get started, it's very important that you're aware of the notes that we're playing and the positioning on the fretboard for playing this C major scale extended. So basically we're going to play the C major scale coming out of the basic position and extending it farther on the fretboard. The reason that we extend the position is because we want to be able to utilize various areas on the fretboard, in other words more area on the fretboard to do other things. Now we're going to start from an open C, going up to the C that's on the 8th fret. It follows that alphabetical system, so in other words it's going to go C, D, E, F, next string G, A, B, C. Once again, C, D, third string, C, D, E, F, next string G, A, B, C. We're using the third string and the second string. Okay? So before you continue on with the lesson, you need to be aware of the notes you're playing. Also, maybe the fingering that you may want to use. I'll show you what I'm doing, and you can kind of decide on what you want to do. And most important of all, the positioning or location of the fretboard. In other words, beware of your 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret over here. All these things are going to help you do your scale. Now if you can't do that, so in other words, you should be able to do something like this. You're not playing, you're just going C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. You should be able to play the notes without playing, okay, and you're checking yourself. So slowly going open C, D, E, F. So you're going very slow and you're checking your notes, okay, before you do the lesson with me. Because what will happen is that if you jump in and you're not prepared, you're going to start making mistakes, and you're just going to be learning mistakes. Okay, that being said, pause the tutorial, do what you need to do to get prepared, or do what you need to do to get ready, and then we'll get started in a second. Okay, here we go. The way I'm going to do it is I'm just calling on my fingers, just my fingers. I'm assuming you're following along with the notes, okay? Open C, then first, I'll call it first, third, baby. Okay, so that's my fingering, first, third, baby. Okay, so the fingering that I'm doing, or at least one of them, is first, C, first, third, baby, then first, third, and then first, second. Okay, that's my fingering. Okay. Sometimes I slide into it. It's a habit, but you don't have to slide into it. You can just play the note. Okay. Once again, the fingering that I'm doing is first, third, baby, first, third, first, second. Okay. You decide on what it is that you want to do. The reason why I do it this way is because, let me show you what I'm doing. The reason why I do it this way, okay, I'm set up to do something higher in the fretboard, so that's why I'm positioning it that way. You don't have to do it my way. You can do it in a way where maybe you're using your ring finger, okay, and that's fine. If I did that, it's probably because maybe I'm going to do something that's down here on the fretboard. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to be calling out the notes. Not the positioning, not the fingering, the notes. So you should be able to do whatever fingering you have decided on. Same as me, or if you want to do different fingering. Here we go. I'm calling out the notes so you can get accustomed to playing on the fretboard, utilizing the notes. Here we go. Open C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Let's try one more time. Oh, by the way, if you were unable to keep up and you made some mistakes on the notes, you need to stop the tutorial and you need to try to get the right notes before you play it again with me. Okay, let's try it again. I'll try to go maybe a little slower. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay? One more time. About that speed. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay, so pause the tutorial, try it a few times, and then we'll move on to the descending. That was the ascending scale, extended position. We're going to now do the descending. Pause the tutorial, try that, what we just did a couple times before you move on, and then we'll get started in a second. Okay, we're going to do the descending. Let's start with the C on the 8th fret. Here we go. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Let's try it one more time, about the same speed. Here we go. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, and C. Okay? So now you know the ascending and the descending. Try those, whatever speed it is that you're comfortable with. Ascend and descend, and then we'll move on to a continuous motion. Here we go. So we're going to go up, pause, come back down. We're going to, from C, we're going to go up, pause, and come back down. Okay? Once again, hopefully you got your fingering. Here we go. Starting with the open C, not too fast. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Pause. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. All right. One more time. Ascend with a pause, descend. Here we go. Same thing that we just did. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Descend. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, and C. Okay, good. Tried it a couple times. We're going to ascend and descend continuously. So we're going to go up from the open C to the C on the 8th fret. We're not going to pause. As soon as we play that C, we're coming back down. It's a continuous ascending and descending C scale in the extended position. Okay? No pauses. If you need to, work on whatever it is you need to, and then pause the tutorial and then come on back and we'll get started in about a second. Okay, here we go. Ascend, descend, no pauses. Here we go. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Coming back down. B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Okay. So now you kind of know what it is you want to do. Try all of those, and then don't worry about speed. Keep in mind that you want to get the right notes. And I talked about earlier about positioning your hand for setting yourself up. So in other words, when you at this level of playing, when you're playing, whatever it is you're playing, chords or scales, you're always thinking about what's ahead, what you're going to do next, what you plan to do next, what's required in the piece of music, etc. So you basically want to set up your hand position to that next thing coming up. Okay? So like I said earlier, if you're doing the scale and then you want to do something up here, continuing after the scale. So As you can see, my hand is already ready to do something up here. But if I'm going to do something down there, I may end the scale with my ring or baby finger, so that most of my fingers are in the downward position, going down this way, going down that way. Okay. So think about those things. Try the scale in the examples and lesson exercises that I showed you in this tutorial, and then once you're smooth, it's very important that you're very comfortable or reasonably comfortable before you move on to the next lesson, because as we move on, it gets a little more challenging. So to minimize the amount of mistakes that you're going to be playing, it's important that you go at a very comfortable speed, and keep in mind the speed that you go at should be a speed where you're not making mistakes. If you're making mistakes in the lesson, you are going too fast. You need to slow down, okay? That is very important to keep in mind when continuing or doing the lesson, especially before you continue on to the lesson that progresses to be more challenging. Okay, with that being said, once you're ready and to move on to the next lesson, we shall see you there.